Ramps on the Moon. Inside Stories by Ramps on the Moon. Ramps on the Moon aims to enrich the stories we tell and the way we tell them by normalising the presence of disabled and deaf people across mainstream theatre. Inside Stories is a series of unedited snippets from conversations between people who have been involved in some way with Ramps on the Moon. The following audio is a snippet from one of these conversations. Michèle Taylor and Sarah Holmes.
So, we're 3 years out.
3 years out.
We've got 3 years left.
I've got 3 years left. I thought we've only been doing it 3 years. It seems longer than that.
What do you want? When we put Ramps to bed on the 31st of August 2022, what do you want to be able to go out for a glass of Prosecco and say, we did it?
Well, we're not going to say we did it because it isn't done. And we've already explored that already today, that this is a journey and it's pioneering and it's never done. So it's never going to be done. I think we can say, and it won't be Prosecco, by the way, I can't stand the stuff. I think it will be, we can say, we've set a ball rolling. And it's got considerable momentum. And it is making considerable change in a direction that we thought was a good idea across the industry. I mean, I think we will be a bit smug that it's had an impact further than we thought. It's beyond the 6 partners. Or the 7 partners. It's beyond that. It is more than that. I think I will. I think I'll say to you, let's count up, or let's try and have a wee think about who has now got regular employment in this industry that maybe wouldn't have if Ramps hadn't stuck its head up above the parapet. What about you?
I think for me there's something about looking at the industry and looking at people making work at whatever scale, and whether they're building based or not, but people making work across the industry. So I think in terms of kind of breadth of impact, I've got a lot of ambition. And I think for me what I would want to see is, I am going to use that word normalising again, but this time I mean not normalising the presence of disabled and deaf people in the industry. I almost want to be able to take that as read in 3 years' time.
Sure.
That we're well on the way to that.
Yeah.
But about normalising working with deaf and disabled people and working for deaf and disabled audiences as a creative opportunity. That's what I want normalising. So in the same way, in exactly the same way as people will talk about taking risks around set design, lighting design, soundscape, innovative and maybe avant-garde ways of writing for the stage, that in exactly the same way people are going, how can we work with the captioning?
Yeah.
In a really exciting way. How can we work with a soundscape that we can then represent visually or kinesthetically in a really exciting way, without them feeling like the disability police are going to tell them off.
Yeah.
So I want theatre makers to be less frightened of the disability police and more confident that as an industry we are the people who can really explore this in exciting ways.
Yeah, but you've got, but the disability police have got to feel confident that they can take the heat off. That they are seeing real change.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That's a given. Yeah. But also have to recognise that it won't always work. I mean, how often have you and I had the conversation about the fact that I, as a hearing sighted, yes, disabled, but hearing sighted, theatrically literate individual, I go to the theatre and I don't expect necessarily to understand it all, especially if it's Shakespeare. Yes, that's my confession. I don't expect necessarily to understand it all. I certainly don't expect to like every aspect of the production. And in the same way, whilst being really careful that we're ensuring that people have ways, that everybody has a way in to the production, recognising that that particular way of offering captions, it works, it's functionally sound, but might not aesthetically be to everybody's taste. That's okay.
Produced by Hannah Quigley and Tammy Doncic for the New Wolsey Theatre and Ramps on the Moon. Directed and edited by Tammy Doncic. Supported using public funding by Arts Council England.